The one thing you really want to think about when you're thinking about post-settlement administration for either it's an MSA or a special needs trust is the economies of scale. Who is the administrator? How long have they been around? Have they weathered the tough times? Have they weathered the economy? Because these funds aren't just placed into an account. I will say that with an MSA, the rules are very, very strict. The money must be put into a separate interest-bearing account, not commingled with any other funds. And you can only pay for the items that Medicare would otherwise pay for. A good example is this. If you're living in the community, living in your home, and you need to use rubber gloves, for whatever reason that may be, if you were to use that Medicare set-aside to pay for the rubber gloves that you need to change dressings, catheters, things like that, that is not an approved expense. So therefore, if you use the MSA funds for that, you will be in violation and therefore misappropriate the funds. Now, when the accounting's done and it's sent back to Medicare at the end of the year, you have to account for those funds. You don't want to take that on by yourself. Look who your administrator is, vet them out. When it comes down to a special needs trust, again, economies of scale. How long have they been there? Have they weathered the economy? Funds in a special needs trust aren't just put into a separate interest-bearing account. Those funds have to be invested in a very, very specific type of way. Funds in an SNT have to have some liquidity and they need to have growth. You need to think about the distribution. Distribution turnaround with the centers is usually between 24 and 48 hours. If it's an item that's budgeted, the request comes in, it's processed, the funds go out, the check goes out directly to the vendors. We cannot pay the individual themselves because that's considered unearned income, but we can pay the vendors for them. When you think about the group that you want to do this for you, the group that you want to be with from the time of settlement until the time when the funds are gone, think about the centers. Think about a group that's been here for over 15 years. Think about a group that has survived the ups and downs in the economy, that has grown and continued to grow and continued to do things that banks couldn't do, that other trust companies couldn't do. When you think about who you need to partner with, who you want to partner with, again, think about the centers.